Hi friends, I want to teach you a little bit about intervals today. So you might be wondering, what are intervals? Well, for this class, we're going to refer to intervals as that which describes the space between two notes. I want you to think about intervals as really important small building blocks for the music we study, in both how we put together melodies as well as how we put together chords. Got some good news for you. We've already learned two intervals, the half step and the whole step. Recall that half steps are between any two contiguous notes on the keyboard, whereas a whole step is equivalent in size to two half steps. One example being B to C as a half step and B to C sharp as a whole step. Interval labels, as we're going to study them, contain two parts. The first part is called quality, and we have 5 different qualities possible for our intervals: major, minor, perfect, diminished, and augmented. And we will study these gradually over today's videos. The other aspect is size or quantity, and that's denoted by numbers. So I want to focus in this brief introduction just on size, on quantity. And here's how you can figure it out. All you have to do is count up by step, beginning with the lowest note, and then also include the upper note in your counting. And let's look at an example. So let's say I'm given A to E, which sounds like this. And I want to figure out what that interval is. Okay, so you want to count up by step from the lower note, including it A, all the way up to E. And here's what we get. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that means the interval from A to E is a fifth. It's that simple. Think about this. All the intervals we've learned so far are seconds, both whole steps and half steps, as we've used them to construct major scales, are all seconds. You can count 1, 2, and 1, 2. I've got some tricks for you. You will notice that whenever you have the two notes are a line to a line, or a space to a space, the number will be odd. Think back to our example of the fifth. It's a space to a space. 5 is an odd number. And then you can think back to all the seconds, the whole and half steps you've studied. These are always going to be line to space notes or space to line notes, and that's an example of an even number. And so you can always check your work very carefully and quickly by determining whether it's an odd or even number, whether it goes line to line, space to space, line to space, or space to line.